Here we go here. All right. Now, let's get into it. What I did was, I have a home in Miami now as well, and I get a chance to see a lot of boats, okay? And I came up with this training because there's different types of boats out there for us to do a personal self-assessment of who we are and where we are and how to deal with certain personalities or compared to boats in our business, all right? And so the first boat in our business, a barge. Of course, ask yourself, because a barge has many uses. But ask yourself a personal question. Do I always have to be pushed or shoved to do something? Could I be a great team player and a leader? When people talk about me, is the word potential the word they use to describe me? Okay? Are you a barge? We certainly hope not. You don't want to be someone that always has to be pushed and prodded to be able to do something in this business. Here's a barge's mindset. Why hasn't my upline called me to check on me? That's what they think of it. Why isn't someone babysitting me? This is not the thumb-sucking division, okay? This is just, network marketing is just not that, all right? So here's how do you deal with a barge? How do you deal with a barge? Next slide here. I don't deal with them. I simply don't, okay? I replace them and hope they will figure it out and realize that the company ship is going to sail with or without them. It's going to sail. I learned this from Randy Schrader. Randy Schrader said, Mike, I don't make any outgoing phone calls to people that are already in the business. If they need me, they know how to find me. I make outgoing phone calls to prospects. They're not in the business yet. There's nothing I can say once someone knows the who, what, when, where, and how they need to do something or be somewhere. There's nothing more I can say to them. They have to take the initiative to do something. A lot of people spend all day long on the phone talking to people that are already in business. And so make sure that you're not a barge and have a barge mindset, because the company's ship is going to sail with or without you. Let's go to the next one, okay? The next one is a sailboat. A sailboat. You know, a sailboat, in order for it to be effective on the water, it requires fair weather. Are you a fair weather distributor? Am I a person who is present and enthusiastic only when my business is going great? That's when you're happy. Does my attitude blow with the wind? Am I an unpredictable person? Okay? See, in this business, you have to make sure that your attitude is set. You have to make sure that you set your internal thermostat. You can't be a thermometer where you're just going and changing with whatever circumstances. You want to be a thermostat where you set the temperature. Does everybody understand that? Okay? You don't want to be someone that blows with the wind. Here's a sailboat mindset. It's raining outside, so I'm not going to the event. My guests canceled, so I'm not going to show up either. My team isn't doing anything, so I won't do nothing either. Okay? That's a sailboat mindset. How do I deal with a sailboat? I don't deal with them. I keep sponsoring and hope they figure out how to adjust their sail, because the company ship is going to sail with or without them. Does everybody understand that? Okay? You can't be a sailboat or have a sailboat mindset and expect to earn the big incomes available in this profession. Now, a canoe is my attitude and level of activity, always rocking back and forth. Is that you? Am I easily knocked off course by the slightest incident with another distributor? How many of you ever had a distributor rub you the wrong way, and then you decide to leave the business because of somebody else? It's crazy, isn't it? A canoe mindset. My coworkers and neighbors and family and friends, they say I'm crazy, so I'm depressed today. But the next day you enroll someone that you're happy. See, you can't have that type of mindset and be successful in network marketing. You have to decide that you're going to be positive. You have to decide that you're not going to rock back and forth. You have to be the person that's a power plant for the rest of your organization, because they're depending on you to be steady. Does that make sense to everybody? You have to be steady. You have to keep your mindset. You can't be someone that's rocking back and forth. Let's go to the next one here. How do you deal with a canoe? I don't deal with them. I set the proper example by always being positive, and I stay in activity mode because the company ship is going to sail with or without them. Does that make sense? Okay? Make sure you're not a canoe. Let's go to the next one. Okay? A battleship. This is major. This is major. Do I stir up contention, listen to gossip, spread gossip, disturb the peace of the organization? Am I always talking negative about other people, causing people to avoid me? Am I talking negative about the leadership? The most imperfect people in your organization will always be the leadership because they're always in front of everyone else. We're always here to take all the shots, okay? Am I the person that's talking about the leadership? Am I involved in everyone else's business instead of building my own? Terrible. Here's a mindset. I hear such and such a day now. Is that true? Has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you whatsoever. What's going on in such and such's marriage? Nothing to do with you. Take care of your own marriage. I wonder how she or he got to the position and is earning more money than their upline. It doesn't matter. How does that affect your business? Write this down. Mind your own business. M-I-N-E. M-I-N-E. Mind your own business, okay? Don't worry about everyone else's business. Don't worry about everyone else's business. How do you deal with a battleship? How do you deal with them? No, you have to deal with these, okay? If you have I'm big on this right here. If you have a disagreement with anyone in your organization, anyone, call them directly. See, when people have a disagreement in the team and they call me, the first thing I'm going to do is ask them, have you called a person? See, that's what adults do, okay? Children go and call someone else to talk about the problem. Man up, woman up, and call the person directly. Majority of the time, it's just simply a lack of communication. So make sure you address the situation directly. If you have a battleship in your organization, they must be handled. You can't keep sweeping those issues under the rug because eventually that rug will be so high, people in your organization will start to trip over it. So you must make sure that you handle battleships directly. And the reason why is this. Battleships are focusing on creating battles. They will always lose because the company ship is going to sail with or without them. So make sure that you're not a battleship. And if you do have them in your organization, now we know how to handle them, okay? A submarine. A submarine. Do I stay out of sight and only come up for air of opportunity occasionally? Do I surface when the top earners are coming to town? Do I only surface to complain? Here's a submarine mindset. Eric Warrior's coming to town, so I'm going to the event. Okay? I'm going to the event. The mindset of next week. I've heard Brian Carruthers present 1,000 times, so this time I'm staying at home. Okay? I've heard that's a poor mindset to have. I think the company or the team should make some changes, and until they do, I'm just going to stay underwater. Stay underwater. Submarines will make no money in network marketing. No money whatsoever. How do we handle a submarine in the business? Now y'all scared to answer, right? I don't handle them directly. What I do for a submarine is I keep them informed through regular mediums, meaning the team newsletter, conference calls, or whatever the schedule is. I just keep them informed like I keep everyone else informed. But here's the key thing. I always make them feel welcome when they decide to surface. It's like someone who hadn't been to a religious service in a long time. The worst thing you want to hear if you haven't been in a long time is, where you been? We hadn't seen you, okay? You know they hadn't been there. The thing you should do is make the person feel welcome. If we continue to make the person feel welcome, then remember, eventually, if every time they decide to surface, that the air they get is always good, then eventually they may decide to stay on the surface and actually do something. A leader's responsibility is to always create an environment for success, no matter what's happening. Because see, here's the thing. It don't matter if they're a submarine or not. It's not your business. See, network marketing is made up of a voluntary army. You were not drafted into this business. You can leave when you get ready. So you can't make anyone do anything that they're not willing to do. Does that make sense? So make sure that you understand that as well, and that's how we handle a submarine. Now, let's move right along here. Submarine. Everybody thinking, what's next? Unmanned wooden raft. Can I easily be lured? Uh-oh. Let's go back. Okay, we good? Let's go forward. Okay, An unmanned wooden raft. Can I easily be lured away because I'm not anchored into the business? See, there are unmanned wooden rafts right now who should be in this room, but they're outside talking to somebody that's not making any money. Okay? You want to be taught, you want to be in the room, you want to be around the action, you want to get anchored into the business. Here's another mindset. My company is moving a little slow right now, so maybe I'll look at another company. Here's the thing. There are some reasons why you may decide to move into another network marketing company. Like really, really good reasons. But majority of the time, the problem is not the company, it's you. Okay? And remember this. Wherever you go, there you are. Okay? So it's not the company that needs to change. It's something that we're doing that needs to change. Try getting anchored into the business first. Put all your effort into the business first, and if it doesn't work after you've been to counseling and mentorship and activity, then there may be something that you need to change. But until then, get anchored in something. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? Don't just be floating around here. How do you deal with an unmanned wooden raft? Let's go to the next one here. I don't deal with them. It's easy to give birth than to raise the dead. The company ship is sailing. So here's the thing. You can't jump off the boat. You can't jump off the company ship trying to save the people who just looking for an excuse to leave anyway. You can't do it. So I don't deal with them. Some people, you need to let them go. Does that make sense? Okay? Because they're the very people that are holding you